Hi, I'm Matthew Jenkins with my speech over human-sheep chimeras. For the first time ever, scientists have created a human-sheep hybrid. While this statement might sound like an intro to a Netflix sci-fi series, this is actually a statement from journalist Jessica Booth describing a newly presented scientific study. In an effort to remedy the shortage of human organs for transplant, human stem cells are being fused with the embryos of sheep. The hope is that these engineered animals grow. As they grow, we might one day be able to harvest the selected organs for human use. Currently, after 28 days of development, these fetuses legally have to be terminated because this idea has not been accepted by the National Institute of Health, or NIH, and other government bodies. Some may challenge the ethics of the procedure and ask, is this something that people should do to grow and harvest organs? As a member of the Missouri sheep producers and ovine rancher myself, I feel this is one less part of a sheep to be wasted at a slaughterhouse. Keep in mind that it could be any one of us who needs an organ transplant next. We all know how long the list is to get a new organ, so why not have the ability to grow our own organs at our fingertips? It is up to each of us to decide on our own if this way of growing and harvesting human organs is ethical and humane. Just like anything, there are benefits along with drawbacks. A quote from Dr. Pablo Ross of the University of California, Davis, states, even today, the best matched organs, even if they come from identical twins, don't last very long because with time, the human immune system continuously is attacking them and ends up making them useless. Wouldn't it be great to have organs at our disposal? If we have a virtual infinite amount of donatable human organs, it would become so much easier to replace an organ that has gone bad, even after the initial transplant, even if it was human. These transplanted organs are basically slowly being wasted by by the human body, where they have to end up getting a new transplant one day, the host. All it would take is an adult stem cell, which is made from adult human tissue, not babies as is argued, and then is somehow spliced into the cell of a sheep embryo to house the gene that codes for the sheep human organ that is receptive to both the sheep donor and the as well as the human host. This could be what the medical world needs to continue to save more lives. These organs can do this by curing diseases such as diabetes, where the pancreas is not able to produce enough insulin the body needs to break down sugars. Insulin would no longer have to be taken, or it would no longer have to be produced harvested by pigs, because you could just grow one in a sheep and get a new one. Along with the benefits, there are always downfalls. There's always the question of whether it should be done or not. There is no right or wrong answer to this question, except for what we think as people. Some people think that a sheep fetus with a human stem cell will come out half human, half sheep. This is really not the case. According to the same article by Jessica Booth, it is said to have about 1% human genes, which that's in adulthood, about 0.01% in the 28-day fetus stage. The National Institute of Health does not fund research on human-animal chimeras, so it has to be privately funded by those scientists. This is caused by it being such an ethical debate, as we talked about before, for the government to use tax dollars on it. Although it is currently being debated, there is little funding to further the research to develop human organs using animal hosts. Amongst these issues, there are also worries of immune system rejection. Scientists are trying to decide if the harvested organs will be compatible to the human immune system. According to Bob Yurka, a news reporter for Phys.org, a science website, such patients would not reject the organs because the cells used to create them would be on their own. The researchers used a sheep in their experiment because its organs are roughly the same size as humans, and because in vitro fertilization of sheep is easier than in pigs. So is it going to be acceptable and moral to grow human organs inside sheep? Will it be worth all the good it could possibly arise in the medical world? Is this way of growing and harvesting human organs ethical and humane as well as beneficial? There's little we know about the future of science itself and this study in general, and if it will be a groundbreaking subject. We know there are benefits along with disadvantages, but what do you think about having a sheep organ in your body? This could save your life one day, or it could just be another forgotten idea. Thank you.